Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on today's session on data provider and Excel. In my previous videos, I've been talking about data provider and X API, Apache Poi API, and how it can help us read the Excel file. So, if you've not watched my previous videos, I will strongly recommend that you do so because we are going to build on that. I'm not going to repeat everything which we have already discussed in the previous videos. So please go ahead and watch that. And if you have done that, so let's go forward with it. So we were able to achieve this much of work the last session. And I'll just run through this program once so that we recapitulate as to what all we have done. So this is our login test, which takes two argument, username and password. And then with the help of WebDriver Manager, we are managing the binaries for Chrome driver. Then we say WebDriver driver new Chrome driver, and then we hit this URL, and then we help of the locator ID. We are sending the keys as username and password. Similarly for password, and then driver.find element for submit. All we are going to focus upon now mostly is this part here, data provider. So basically in this, so in the last videos I have shown that we can do it this way, but guess what? This is not the most effective way of doing this because right now we have just two rows and two columns, so we can easily manually go ahead and hard code the values in data two-dimensional array, zeroth row, zeroth column, put this, and zeroth row, first column, put this. Then similarly for first column, zeroth row, push this, and data this Parker over here. So what I'm trying to get at is the fact that this is not a very good way of handling such situation. For that, we have something called Apache Poi, and this API will help us in reading the Excel file, writing the Excel file, and do manipulation with the Excel files. We can use this Apache Poi to do that. So last we left over here. Now my focus is that we are going to we're going to interact with the Excel file directly, and with the help of that we are going to do that. So for example, here we have seen that we have the login test. In this login test, we have username and password. So with the help of the Excel file, the username and the password, we can get 10 usernames or 10 passwords from there, and then see if those credentials are matching or not matching, so we can test that. So let's move forward with it. So we'll come to this. First, we'll go ahead and create one Excel util file here, and that should be class. We just say Excel utils and finish. Now in this class, we're going to do some work. So let's write a constructor utils. We can pass the path in here, and then we say file input stream, file input stream, new file input stream. That is very important when you are reading the Excel file, that we use file input stream, and we can get this path which we are getting from our constructor to this. And now it is complaining about something. Let's see what it is. So we have to import this, and that will take care of it. Add throw declaration, we'll look at this a little later. Now let's move ahead. Did I mention that I have, okay. So in the pom.xml, In the last session, we got Selenium dependency, TestNG dependency, uh, WebDriver Manager by Boni Garcia. Further, what I've done it to save time is that I have again gone to MVN repository and typed in Apache Poi and got this dependency here. Similarly, for Poi OXML, I have done the same thing and I've got it over here. So these are important to dependencies are very important to when we are getting when we are reading the Excel file. This will help us do that. Okay, with that done, let's move on. So I will say XSSF workbook, workbook equals to new XSSF workbook, and here we'll pass the file input stream object that we've created, so it will have the knowledge of that. Now it is complaining about something, and let's see what it is. So we need to import this XSSF workbook from org.apache.poi XSSF user model. Similarly, once we have got that, then we can say X SSF SSF sheet equals to workbook dot get sheet at say 0th index. We're interested in the first sheet, so let's give it over there. It is complaining that it doesn't have the reference, so here we'll provide the import. This is coming from the same Apache Poi access user model, so do that. Now it is all complaining about the throws statements, so let's select and surround this with try and catch this time, and let's get rid of this multiple catch statements, and let's go for base exception, and we can say base exception as e dot get message, so it would give us the message of the issue that we get into, if in case we get into. Now here we are going to get, so this is one constructor. Now we'll say public into get row count sheet int sheet number, and then we go ahead and, so in this we'll just go ahead and what it is complaining about. Written statement for now, let's use null, and we'll come back to it. We'll come back to it now. So we'll just say we'll just look into it in terms of how to get the row count. So we'll get there. So in this, we are going to just go ahead and say workbook. Now it will not come here because we need to declare this. The scope is limited over here, so we are just going to get this up here so that we are able to control C. We are able to see that in the other methods that we are writing. So we can go ahead and get rid of this, and similarly for this we are going to do okay. Fine, so let's see that. Now we go ahead and do this, and we have to remove it from here. What it is saying, well, it's not used, so that's fine. Before that, we have to just get rid of this. Now, sheet dot get last sonum. We don't need this now because we are using this sheet from here. So let's see if in case if it cries about it, then we can put it back. But for now, let's move ahead with that. And I will say int row equals to this. And here instead of null, we can say row, and we are all good. See how easy it is. Now similarly, we'll get the public and get column count. And here we can simply say int call equals to, and then we can say sheet dot get row. So in this, we want to get the number of columns, so gets last cell num and return call. That's it. This is going to take care of this. So this will give us the column count. And let's go ahead and write the main method which will work on getting us the data out of the sheet. So let's get there. So let's get to the next point, which is public. We want to get the get data over here, or we can just say get DA so that it doesn't confuse us with anything. And here we are going to pass int row, int column, and it should be closed so that there is no error. Okay, it is complaining that we need to get the return statement, which we will write in a moment. Before that, we'll just say string str data equals to sheet dot get row, and here we can pass the value from here. So when we call it, we will provide the numbers over here, and accordingly it will create get the data from the Excel file accordingly. Okay, so row get row dot get cell, and here it should be call, and we are saying get is the string cell value. So let's get it okay on the one line. Okay, so that is more readable, and we can just simply say return us string data. That's it. So our library util that we wanted to make is complete. Congratulations. Now we'll move on to see the values in terms of numbers, in terms of reading it and putting it in the application now. So we go to this. I told you this file over here is the one that we did in previous sessions. So this is going to stay the same. We are just going to make changes using our Excel util files to give us the methods that we need to run this. So first of all, what we need to do is create an object of this utils, and let's import this. This is in the lib folder. This is in the lib folder. So this is the one we are talking about. Let's go ahead and do that. And then say ec equals to new. And I would say Excel utils. Remember the constructor that in the constructor for xutils we have specified, if you see here xutils, we've specified that we need a path of file path. So let's go ahead and get that here. So I will go to say for example this one. Let's first see what it has. So this is sheet 1 and we have username and password 1 2 3 4 5 and 6 rows and 2 columns. But when we start rating it, we'll start rating it from the second second row. Okay, so let's get the path that we want to use. Let's say Control C, and here we go ahead and do the Control V, data dot xlsx, and this should help us read this. Now, with the help of this object that we've created, we'll get the row count. Sorry, this is not the method I was looking for. Let's see. ec dot get row count here. So I'll get that in intro. Similarly, int column equals to ec dot get column count. So this is here. And once this is here, I will say row and column. Now all we have to do is write a loop for row in order to get this and get it going. So first for loop, so we don't need this now. We're just going to do it through loop, and magically it will do all of this for us, no matter how many number of rows we have. So for int r row equals to 1, and then we're saying row is less than row, r is less than row, and r is plus plus. So this will iterate me for the loop till the time r is less than row. And we can have another one, another for loop, nested for loop. And this we can say int c equals to 0, c less than call, and c plus plus. Now in this we can say data equals to ec dot get data. I'm saying r and I'm saying c over here. Now this, see the magic? With the help of this, we can simply get this into one line instead of writing multiple lines for this, and that too it is dynamic. So this is good. This is good stuff. R and C, row and column. Okay, so looks like we are done here, and we are returning the data, which is fine. So let us run the script and see what happens. So it is running the script, opening the browser, hit the link, and then it is going ahead and opening another one, and then this is going to open another one. So it is opening multiple windows. We can fix that once this runs everything. I think it is done. Let's see. So one failure. What is this failure? Let's see that. Keys to send should be a not null character sequence. Oh, okay, okay. Got this. Because we are saying we are starting from 1, but it is picking up the null values from the first row and cell. So to curb that, to avoid that, we can do this r minus 1 here as well. And this should be able to now help us get rid of null values. See, it is getting the values fine, but it is hitting the null as explained earlier because we are starting from the second row, but the first row it is taking by default as null values. So this should fix it. We have said r minus 1 here and r minus 1 here. So this should do the trick. Let's see. Now it is running, it is opening Chrome successfully and hit the URL and going into this, running into this. We will fix the issue of opening every time a browser as well. So just wait and watch. First, we'll get rid of the null value exception, the error that we were getting. Okay, so many windows, we need to fix it definitely. Did you see this? Test total runs 4, passes 4, failure 0, escapes 0. And let's just see if it has picked up any null value this time. There is no null value. All this is from our test, it is coming. Login, delete profile, purchase, and all this. So this is cool. This is really cool. What we can do over here is, in order to avoid the windows opening again and again, let's say we do this something like this before test and public void init. Sorry, I don't know why Excel this ID Eclipse shows multiple lines in it config. So let us see what we want to do there. Before test, import this annotation, and that should be fine. It is gone. And let us get this stuff. In fact, these 3 lines here. Let's see. I'm also not this thing something which will come by practice, and as you know, I'm doing try and error method. So not like other people where they just show the video happy path. I'm just running it as I'm writing the code and coming across the issues. I'm trying to solve that, so that ways it will also help you to understand what all things we have to do in order to come out of the common mistakes that we make. So let's do this and let's see what it does this time now. Okay, delete this and copy paste this, control X. Okay, it is already there. Now do you see this? It's complaining. Why it is complaining? It is saying driver cannot be resolved because we have got the driver mentioned over here, and it is the scope is only this much. This part is not going to. So what we can do is we can declare a variable public web driver, and that should take care of it. Do you see all the issues have gone? So let's run this time. So we have fixed the issue of null values. Now we are fixing the multiple browsers that was opening up earlier. So Let's see what happens. So I think it failed. Four failed. Okay, 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 okay. Let's try and get this from here to here itself to see what issues. Let's see if it is okay. My mistake. My mistake. My mistake. Sorry. Let's try this time. So it is opening the browser successfully, hitting the URL and getting the values. It's all working like a charm now this time. You see only one browser, it did all the operation. Earlier it was opening 4 or 5 windows, so it is always a good practice. So this is what we wanted to achieve and we have achieved it. So congratulations, we have done it. Just have a look at the program. So that brings us to the end of this session. I will bring some more informative videos in future as well. Please subscribe, like, and share. That really motivates me to come up with such things, such videos, informational videos. Hope this will help you someday or the other to understand. And even if you're a beginner, I have explained everything from the scratch, expecting no knowledge of this in the previous sessions as well. So this was the continuation of that. In case you've just landed on this directly, make sure you go ahead and view the previous video sessions that I've recorded, because then it will create a chain of thought in your head and you would be able to crack this and understand this and implement in your real life situations if need be basis. All right, thank you so much for being with me on this session. See you in next session. Thank you.